all right. Let's do this. Today was a super busy day. Um, so I'm doing this a little later at night. Busy day as far as project from other business. But of course I had the alerts on all day. I was listening to the news while I was getting other things done. And it wasn't too much sticking on the market today, but if you remember, we went in today holding CHR and BIO. Now, sorry, CHR and HBIO. Now, HBIO disappointed me because they actually didn't meet their earnings. So instead of taking a loss, I sold it once I saw the news come across that they didn't make their earnings. So I did lose a little bit of money, and it's the first loss in the past 2 weeks. Like I mentioned before, once you really learn how to play the market, you should be at least 75% winning and maybe 25% losing, in my opinion. I feel that's a good balance because you're still on top. There's some months where I'm 80% or higher with wins because I'm really, really careful. Lately, I've had a few distractions only because other things going on, other groups, another business I have. So I haven't been taking as many gambles as I have. And some of the stocks I've been playing, let me reword that. I've been taking a little more gambles than I usually would. Not necessarily risky gambles, but things that I would usually say, I'm not going to chance it. I've been chancing it. So they're not really risky stocks. They're stocks that based on the momentum, based on the news and things, they should go up, but they don't. And if they do, they go up a little bit and then everyone starts dumping, which is weird, but I've been recorded stating that we're in a totally different market now. I actually had a conversation in one of the stock trading groups I'm in today because they bought into some stock and couldn't believe that with the good news it had, it went down. But that's what I'm saying. It's very weird. I don't know if it's because of market manipulation, like a lot of people are saying. I don't know if it's because now we have so many people in the stock market hustle, but it's crazy, right? I'm actually looking at something right now, and we're going to get into it. So I sold HBIO, okay? I don't have it up on the screen anymore, but good old Yahoo Finance. Like I said, this is what I learned on, so I still love it. We'll let that go. Okay, the only stock I did jump in earlier was PSEC. So I got my iPad in my hand. PSEC. They actually had good news. They actually met their earnings. So I thought the stock would shoot up a little more than it did. In the after hours today, it only shot up 6 cents. So that disappointed me. I jumped out of it. I want to pull up HBIO. Like I explained to you, this is my Mac Mini. This is my workhorse. But because I'm streaming and running so many things on it, it starts to run a little bit slower. I'm looking at the newest Mac Mini, and I'm actually looking at another Mac Pro. I got an iMac over there, but I use that more for my other business, video editing, making different commercials and things for my other business. And I don't like mixing up computers that I use for different purposes. But I think I'm going to invest in a new Mac Mini for streaming and trading. Okay, HBO is coming up very slowly. I feel like I'm on dial-up, but I'm actually on great internet. It's just the computer is being overloaded. I could close this. I don't need this right now. Let's free up some space. So like I said, I bought in the PSEC and literally sold it like 2 hours later because it wasn't moving. And even now, they closed at 255, and with that good news, they only went to 261. Now, if this was back in the day, I would have held it overnight because I think some people see the news. Well, let me rephrase that. I would have felt that some people would see the news and in the morning buy in and raise the price up, but lately that hasn't been happening. So if it doesn't go crazy in the after hours, I get out of it. So I bought it and got out of it. I didn't take a loss. I didn't make any profit either. I think I broke even. I literally sold it for the same thing I bought it for, because like I said, it wasn't moving. I bought it at 263, and so, no, I did make a little something. I bought it at 263 and sold at 264. But like I said, it was not moving, and it looked like it was going to go down, which it did. It went down to 261, and it's not moving. So I'm not mad at that decision at all. So we're going to get into this. Let me just. There we go. Okay, so here's HBIO, right? So I was very upset, very disappointed because it closed previously at 58. You can see in the past 52 weeks, the high was 282. So I'm like, if they hit their earnings, it should go to at least $1. So I was ready to double up my money. You know, I'm all about the money, right? And of course, they didn't meet the earnings, okay? They didn't meet the earnings. So I got out of that. And the volume wasn't even what the average volume is. So a lot of people were selling. You can see in the after hours, it looked like some people threw a little money at it, but I was done with it. I actually sold for a loss, so I'm pissed. Again, first time in 2 weeks I had to sell for a loss. So now, once I sold that, all my focus went to shareholding, right? So this also pissed me off because I bought in yesterday at 7 cents and it closed at 7.40. And I knew that the offering was supposed to close today because yesterday they announced a $15 million offering. And of course, everyone started dumping it this morning. It actually went down today to 5 cents. So I was pissed because I was in the red a lot. But you can see here that it started making its way back up. Okay, started making its way back up to 6 cents. At one point, it was even kind of close. It was like 0.69, very, very close to 7. I was waiting for the announcement to close because, again, I'm hoping that market similarities stay in the manner that I'm familiar with. So what I'm saying when I say that is, or what I mean when I say that is, in the past it's been like clockwork, right? When a company has an offering, when that offering closed, the stock goes back up. Okay, usually at least to the amount that the offering was for. So, for example, if they have an offering and it's for 10 cents a share and the stock goes down to 2 cents a share, then because that person paid 10 cents per share for that offering, usually there will be something driving that price back up to that amount, okay? So it's always been like clockwork. I've always been able to say, okay, I'm going to jump in this and wait for the offer to close and ride it up. And I usually buy the day before the offering closes. So that way, if the offering closes during the day and I'm busy, I'm in the stock already, right? But of course, this stock went down today. A lot of volume still, not the 800 million, right? If you can see my screen, which you can, not the 800 million that it was, what's that, yesterday, the day before yesterday? No, it was yesterday. Not the 800 million that it was yesterday, but still way more than the average volume. And it was a lot more buyers than sellers because they drove it down and it went right back up. So now, At the end of the day, they announced the closing. So I did see this start going up a little bit. So I actually bought more, okay? I bought the dip. I don't always buy the dip. I'm actually against it. And a lot of people say I'm weird, but I don't care. It's my method that's been working for me. Because sometimes you'll keep buying a dip and buying a dip, and the stock will keep dipping and dipping and dipping. And you just keep buying a dip and buying a dip, and you still end up without, what's the word I'm looking for? Without real profit. Of course, you're averaging down, and of course, you're lessening your loss, but it's like just throwing money. It's like if you've ever had a vehicle, you're like, oh yeah, they said I need to fix the alternator, right? Then you fix the alternator, which is something normal. Then the starter goes, oh, I need a new starter. Then you replace the starter. Then the transmission, oh, I need a transmission. Then the transmit. Then, oh, I need it. Like after a while, you're better off just be like, yo, let me just get a new car because everything's falling apart on this car. Let me just sell this one for a little bit, take that money, add some money to, and get a new car. It's the same logic for me with stocks. Like, why would I keep throwing more money at it, and it's still going down? That's my outlook, right? And it could be why I end up with a lot more profit than a lot of other people that are in my trading groups that are traders for decades. I'm talking about people that have been trading for 15, 20, 25 years. That's their logic, and they've always, oh yeah, I took a big hit on this, and it's like, you just keep throwing money at it. But anyway, I did buy the dip this time, right? And it's because I strongly feel that this is going to go up in the pre-market when everyone sees that the offering closed. Now, here's the other reason why. I'm looking for something here. And I made it on my Facebook post. So I'm going to explain this to you here. If I can open that up. So here's one, oh, and be sure to follow me on Facebook, Make America Paid Again. Be sure to follow me on Patreon, Make America Paid Again. Okay, there's going to be different levels coming very soon. Right now, everything is free, but there's going to be different levels coming very soon, okay? I'll get to what the news is on the board later. Let me go back here. So this is why I feel it's going to go up tomorrow, okay? Number one, because the offer closed, which means the company has $15 million, okay? So I was already sitting on shares and I just bought more. Now here's what really made it enticing to me. This wasn't an insider cash out. These were shares that went to outside institutions. Okay? And here's the other, to me, the most important of this. It's a lockup for 90 days. A lockup for 90 days. Okay? Which means they can't have any price changes and they can't sell any existing shares for 3 months. Okay? They can't have they can't sell any of their existing shares for 3 months. So with them not being able to not being able to sell their shares for 3 months, that shows that they're serious in getting the price up. Because if the stock goes down and they can't sell their shares, then even they take a loss. Okay, so this is why this is very important. They can't sell their shares for 3 months. Okay, 90-day lockup. Directors and executive officers were required to agree to this 90-day lockup. Now, as someone that's worked for major companies in the past, Fortune 100 companies, I can tell you that the directors and execs take their money very seriously. All their money, their bonuses, their shares, they take it very seriously. And when the stock goes down, they would be in those meetings going crazy to the other employee, or I should say I don't want to say lower level employees, but the employees that weren't on that level, right? To perform and to do what the company needs so that the share price could go up, because they were basically losing and bleeding money. So that is an important thing, them not being able to sell their shares for 90 days, okay? So just think, if right now it's at 6 cents, well, 6 something, and it goes down to a penny, that means they lose all, well, not all their money, but you know what I mean. They're losing a lot of money, right? So that's going to hurt. So they don't want that. So that means they want the same thing we want, the stock to go up, okay? Now, here's the next part of what you need to understand. Again, I am no longer a long-term holder. There's a few stocks that I hold because of dividends. And I'm just starting these videos on my social media for trading. When I get to dividends, you'll understand why. When I start explaining that, you'll understand why. Right now, I'm still on showing you how we can go into the stock market and pull money out usually every day, right? Yesterday, I don't think I pulled anything out. I was sitting on stocks. And today, I pulled out a penny per share profit, which I'm not bragging about, so that's not a big deal. But if this does what I hope, then this will be our profit for the week. Okay, this will be our, well, no, I did make something Monday. I made profit on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday was dry. Today's Thursday. And like I said, I made a penny per share profit. I think came out to maybe a couple $100. It wasn't a lot. And this is what I'm waiting to see if it's going to pop in the morning, in the pre-market, right? So you can see now it's been moving, but now it's back to what it closed at, right? It was in the green after hours and overnight, but now it's back to what it closed at. So I actually put a sell for 15 cents. I'm hoping that it goes to 15 cents because I bought some shares at 6 cents and some at 7. So that would be a decent double up for me. But I'm going to get up early tomorrow to watch it because, to be honest, even if it goes to 12 cents, I'll probably cash out. I don't see it going more than 15 cents. I could be wrong because, like I said, this lockup that I explained to you here is a big deal, right? They got $15 million. There's a 90-day lockup that none of them can sell. So that means there's not going to be any insider dumping. Okay? The confidence is showing greater than the panic. Today there was a lot of panic sell, but the thing that I actually admire that made me buy more is that even though all those people were panic selling, it came right back up. It didn't come up all the way to the 7 cent opening, but it went down to 5 and came back up to 6 something. So it makes me feel like there's a lot of people that's invested in this stock looking for the upside. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but I hate people that short stocks. I hate it. 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 A lot of times the shorts ruin a good stock from going up, but it doesn't look like there's that many shorts in this stock at this moment. So let's look at the chatter before I disconnect because it's dinner time where I'm at and my stomach is chewing through my back. So we got a few negative comments. Someone's asking if this thing, Trader Man Joe, someone's asking if this thing will go back to $1. Again, like I told you, I'll be happy if it hits 15 cents tomorrow. I think in the long term, couple weeks, it may do something like 35, 40 something cent. In the next video, I'll pull up the other charts so we can do projections. But sorry, that's my phone ringing. But I don't see that happening tomorrow. Someone said I think the only way this is going up is if they accept one of the offers. So that's what I didn't mention. They had two supposed, or I should say alleged offers from two companies for millions of dollars. I don't even want to pull it up. It'll probably come up in this chat. There's some talk that it wasn't real, that it was just to boost up the price so they can do this offering, which I kind of believe, because if you got $1 million offers from companies, you would definitely sell and take that buyout. Someone says it looks like there's going to be a run, which is what I feel. This guy, Wolf of Wall Street, who I'm starting to hate because I feel like he's a pumper. I could be wrong, but I feel like he's a pumper. He's just showing that it's one of the stocks on the hot list at the close. This person saying the volume is low, unlike other post offers, due to lock-in period of 90 days. So that's what I'm saying. It's a big deal that they're willing to lock in for 90 days. So even he's saying it might run big tomorrow. I think it is. This person popped out I forgot the name, yellowtail. The yellowtail, I can't see what it is. I know it's wine, but I can't see which one. And these are all stocks I was looking at today, EasyGo, BIYA, but again, like I said, there wasn't any real good hold. Well, BYA had one, but it went up and got dumped, so I didn't want to touch it. When I see them go up and start dumping, I don't want to touch them. That's another one of my red flags. Okay, so here he's talking about the offering that I spoke of and how they got the 90-day lockup, which I liked that comment. And we got some people watching closely. They're probably watching closely to see if it starts going up in the morning. I don't like to wait to see if it's going up. I like to be in it already so that if it does go up, I'm in at the bottom floor. Okay, this is people happy because the offering went through. A lot of people added more today because they feel it's going to go up from here. So, okay, this is someone talking about one of the offerings from another company that would have made the stock 56 cents per share. So I'm anxious to see in a few hours if it goes up. If you did buy in when I bought it originally, let's see if we make some money. We got to be patient. I'm going to tell you now, if you log on at opening and it starts going down, sell it. If it starts going up, don't be too greedy because I'm not doing any lives tomorrow, so don't be too greedy. Know when to jump out. Like I said, if it hits 12 cents, I'm probably going to jump out. I have my sell order right now for 15 cents per share, but if it hits 12 cents, I'm probably going to jump out as soon as it hits that 12 cent, right? That's a decent double up. Don't be too greedy, okay? That's it for today. I'm getting off. My stomach's growling. You can see there's still action. Numbers are still going right now in the overnight. Let's see what happens tomorrow, everybody. As usual, God bless. Let's make America paid again.